Okay, cool. Hey, my name is Samir, and I'm really glad to be here. Thanks for joining me in the talk. I am, I present a unique industry, and I am the indie hardware industry in this, meet, this two-day meet. I guess everybody's a game developer. I'm the hardware developer here. So I might not have the cool kind of game dev stories, but I have something, a unique perspective, and I think we need to discuss this because what we are bringing to the table to market is something that needs to be worked on together with the game developers, and I think this is the right audience to talk about it. So TV gaming refreshed. TV gaming, over the years, TV has been the center of entertainment. I mean, the games industry has evolved over the last 50 years from being very young, male-focused industry to the diverse platform, the diverse demography based industry that is. It's entertainment for everyone. We have over time, every time there has been innovation in the platform or in the hardware, it has brought in more gamers. When handhelds were first introduced, it got the younger population into the gaming, into gaming. When internet came in, got the casual people who like playing lighter games, casual population into gaming demography, and when Facebook and social gaming came into being, the gaming demography just increased over time. So we have a large population of people who play games now, but TV is always central. I mean, TV is still the key gaming platform throughout, but there's not been a lot of easy access to getting games on TV. I mean, there have been hardware, but it's because the industry has become quite popular, quite big. It's become actually even more controlled, even more expensive to make games, or even more expensive to kind of access games, just because making the games is expensive. But on the same time, I mean, there has been a lot of openness in certain hardware industries like the mobile industry, because of the sheer volume of mobile phones out there and the attitude of Apple and Google in opening up the publishing space through their app stores. It has allowed game developers to make games and release games quickly, and even succeed in it. I mean, you don't require the AAA budgets to make a game successful. If it's a good game, you have the traction, you have the whole machinery created by Apple and the people who promote games that are on Apple and Android to make sure that your game's successful. So indie gaming has finally arrived, and it's arrived on mobile for now. So we thought, as have a lot of people, that it should arrive on other platforms. Steam's done the same for PC. It's created a platform where you can put great games, no matter how big or small a studio you are or how big or small a game you are, on its platforms, and it's bringing that to TV as well. But we thought we should do something about the great amount of games available for smartphones, tablets, and bring it to TV. So this is what we are doing. We are creating a platform to bring games to TV by using ARM hardware, an OS like Android, which allows open standards, and opening up our publishing just like iOS and Android did, and creating a store that allows easy publishing. So a bit about the things that we're using for this refresh, as we call it. We're using ARM technology. ARM has brought processing power to PC levels, not current PC levels, but say 2-3 years ago. But it's fast enough. I mean, we have processing power brought by ARM that is changing every 6 months and increasing and quadrupling processing power. And they do it at a very, very low cost. So all of this goes to phones, but phones have cameras and screens which are expensive, so that's why you have a $300, $400 phone. But the underlying hardware, which could run games, could come at a cost of like $8. So the CPU, a dual-core CPU, a dual-core GPU, all put together, all the necessary bits with memory, with your with a flash drive, all of this put together comes, can come down to a very low cost, and this is all you need to allow to create a platform to put games on. So ARM was a fantastic choice for us to use as a hardware. Plus, their engineers are super great about about the prospects of creating a low-cost gaming solution or gaming system, and they are really pushing this forward. Then we decided we had a choice of a software platform, and we went with Android. Naturally, easy choice. It's almost free. It works great with ARM, and it has open standards. We had a choice of Linux or Android, which went with Android because of the sheer amount of games on it, and the fact that there are so many Android devices out there, it makes it an easy choice for developers to kind of choose Android. Say even if one Android device or platform doesn't succeed, you do have the others to cater for. So what we did was we added value to the Android ecosystem by being another lucrative a gaming publishing platform, and every time a developer thinks of creating an Android game, they can consider us as one of the options. So all of this was not thought just by us, thought by many people, and it is actually getting real. So this is not an attempt to be an indie solution and trying to make it real. It is actually getting real. There are people who are doing it, parallelly with us, even before, say, us, that is me, GameStick, as I stand here talking about it, and have branded it all around, but it's been going on for a while. Green Throttle, Moga, these are controllers. They just used existing hardware like tablets and phones, and used existing solutions like Miracast, MHL, or even gaming on tablet to make games that work well on several screens, on TVs, on smaller tablets, but it's tending towards large screen gaming. Ouya did that. NVIDIA Shield also launched, and they are have big plans. So is GameStick. And there will be around 50 different hardwares that are coming out that will do the same things. So, but what's it about? How is it going to get more real? I mean, it has to. The hardware is created, the software platform is created. What it has to do is hit the right people. We have to solve a chicken and eggs, solution to make this platform real. So we have these platforms have to sell. You have to go get retailers engaged. Games. Ouya has already launched. They are on GameStop and several other stores. So we have a platform out there. We have a solution where people are creating and selling games. GameStick is following soon. We are also on GameStop in the US. We are on several stores in the UK and Germany. We have several developers interested, and that's what's pushing us. So the retailers want games, only then will they sell the hardware. Consumers want to see the games, and they want to be able to buy the hardware easily. And developers want to see the prospect of selling the hardware soon, so that they can reach as many devices on board, as many people, and sell as many games. So that's where we had to play a very a big role in balancing this whole chicken and egg problem, and making sure that we cater and we tick all these boxes. And for us, it's been really exciting, and I'm glad to talk about it. I don't want to plug what the stuff we've done. But if you are thinking of getting on board to any of these platforms, they are solving all of these platforms, and so are we. So since we are here, I'm glad to talk about how we are reaching retailers, how we are onboarding developers, and what our consumers are, and how we are reaching them. So the game sticks or any of these platforms, to sum up their appeal to consumers, it is that they're affordable TV gaming. It's cheap. All these hardwares are sub $100. They all have stores which only cater to games. Most of the games should be great for TV. So you have you'll have a great visibility. They'll find your games easier if your game's already featured in that store. Everybody's focusing on how to make games visible. Visibility is a big problem in all of the stores. iOS has so many games, Android has 750,000 games, apps, and finding your game is a big problem. So while building a store, while building this platform, these are something that we are definitely focusing on. And we're keeping the consumer in mind so that they find games easier. And that's how developers will benefit from it. The other thing about these kind of hardware is it's back to the days of building your PCs. So you take different components and build a gaming PC. We are kind of there with gaming systems now. So for us, the stick is a small piece of hardware with just the CPU and GPU, and you buy the controller separately, you buy all other accessories separately. When new technology arrives, when we have faster CPU, you just chuck the old stick out. Everything is saved in the cloud because it's digital delivery. And you upgrade for like $30 or $40, and you get a completely new, faster CPU if you choose to have it. And you can change any other accessory, or if you have old ones, you can keep using them without the need to change any of it at all. So it's very modular, and I think that's one of the key kind of wins for this platform. Again, digital storage is also a win. I mean, we have everything in the cloud. You don't have to worry about manually moving your data from one platform to the other, even if you change hardware. Things that modern technologies are solving. So it was an easy choice for us to provide these things. So it just is there. Augmenting gaming systems with media and TV-related content was an easy choice for us too. So we just threw in stuff like XBMC and movie rental and stuff. So it just makes this platform more lucrative. So you have loads of people interested in a gaming system because it has video on demand. But these are people who play games casually, for example, and you're hitting this audience and exposing your games to them. For developers, most of these platforms are an easy choice to port to because you probably already have an Android game or a C++ game. So there are loads of tools that allow you to develop for Android or a Linux-based system, and it's easy to get your game to this platform. We have the similar App Store models of revenue, although console is a very difficult market to kind of be in. You have to work with retailers, you have to give them a cut. Nowadays they've become clever. They take cuts from the digital revenue because they don't see a lot of sales of hardware up front. So we are handling all that, and you get to the console market, the TV market, without having to go through the hassle of dealing with retailers. And because it's a completely new, refreshed market, there's a chance of games who are early to get better visibility. But also the fact that you were there early, you get to dictate how the store will be made, how your games will be in focus. This is part of our openness in the publishing sector. So you get a say to say, this is not working for us, let's change it. And we're there to work on that with you. Plus, it's a brand new hardware. I think we have opportunities to pre-install. We have opportunities to offer games for free, and there's more revenue for developers in that way. We have to get games on it for the platform to succeed. We need unique content. We share development cost for that. We do preferential rev share for exclusive content. So these are all things that we work with developers on, so that we create this ecosystem together. Beyond that, for generic developers, because of the cost, low cost, it is a very easy choice to pick this game, the dev kit up, and start developing. For $80, you have an Android system that, if you wish to plug a keyboard in, it becomes a computer, and you can even use that as your testing environment for even Android or tablet games. And as I mentioned, the open publishing, our approach, you also get to talk to us about what works and what doesn't, and help us build this open publishing platform. Beyond that, GameStick is also working on making this entire ecosystem, the software ecosystem, completely virtual. So the hardware and software are separate. We sell the GameStick hardware, and the software can go to any other platform that we are trying to partner with. We can put the store on tablets, on phones, and TV set-top boxes, and you get the choice to push a button to say, yes, I want my game on these many platforms, or I don't want it in Korea on the Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 because I've already have a direct deal with him. So it just opens up a publishing portal that you can push games to on more than just this GameStick hardware, which we hope will become a gaming solution, or the gaming solution for all of Android TV hardware in the future. But for that, we have a lot of work to do. We have to build this platform. We have to get games, and that's the main gist of what I'm hoping to convey to you. That I'm here to work with you, and you have to work with me to bring games to this platform. I just wanted to show you our product quickly. It's the size of a USB thumb. In fact, I have a few prototypes. So this is the console, it's the size of a USB thumb, but it's a HDMI product. You plug it into your TV. The controller's in here. I'll show it after the talk. The modularity comes with things like the dock. You buy this for $15, and you put your stick in. You can plug in USB keyboards, mics, cameras, and make it a whole gaming system. Anything that you want your game to utilize, you can leverage it by a very cheap piece of hardware. And by cheap, I don't mean low quality. I'm cheap because we just want this to be have a wider reach as possible. That's why we're cutting low on the hardware price and concentrating on the store, because that's the experience that people get. So the modularity part makes the hardware cheap, and also gives consumer choice to buy the stick on its own, buy a controller, which is not ours. Say because we support Bluetooth HID, they can buy a Nyko if they don't like the design of our controller, and use it to play their games. The cost of a gaming system is always at a low. This is our controller. It's again Bluetooth HID. I want to call it a standard, but Android is a pain in the ass with standards. They made everything open, so there's nothing standard. But we are working with them to make sure that at least controller specs, or camera specs, or even specs like things for Google Glass are standardized, so that all Android platforms or devices can use them uniformly. So just by us being there, we are actually trying to make Android a better place to create games for, and Google and the other hardware and software providers like NVIDIA are working with us to make this happen. Lastly, this is a picture of a dock. This is again It looks fancy in the picture. It looks crappy here because it's a plastic model, but the final product is hopefully closer to that. This is early phase. We're launching in July, so this is, absolutely early preview to just you guys, and I thought I'd just get some, even though my marketing didn't want me to. So that's it. I mean, it's just this is a beginning of a new era for a lot of people. It's untested waters, but we are growing big, and I'm really positive about it. And I think it opens up a lot of doors for indie developers. I'm a developer by profession. I've worked for 15 years as a developer, and now when I'm on this and I see this project as something that can make games more accessible, can offer a platform for developers, even prototype games, even just showcase it at a place like this, I think that we have a winner in our hands. But it needs your help, it needs everybody to work together. Because again, as I said, we are an indie like you, not in the game scene, but we are doing the hardware bit. It's not as easy as it seems, and it's not as, it doesn't make a lot of money as it seems, but it's all about making games accessible. So yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for time. I just wanted to see if there are any questions around that. Yeah? Yeah. Yes, so the question was, is there, yes, yeah, I was just doing that. The question was whether we have a Unity plugin for our controller or all our services, and the answer is yes. I mean, we are, so the idea for us is to support as many development middleware languages as possible. For now, we have a SDK which supports Unity, C++, NDK, Marmalade, and Java. If you go to gamestick.tv/dev, it's a hidden link right now because it's only working on a device, and we are not giving out dev kits yet. We have just given it out to our Kickstarter backers and a few developers. So it works on the device only, and we're still working on an emulator. But we do have a Unity plugin, and we have several games which we showcased. In fact, there are more Unity games than any other platform game. So we are working directly with the developers and providing support for it. Even if you don't have a device, we can get you started on it. Anything else? Cool. I guess that's it. We have a device, and thanks.